Anybody out there?
And now, live from Manchester,
Hello to you all from the north.
And welcome to Andrew Collins.
Hello.
How are you now? Last time you had just taken over the helm at Empire magazine, hadn't you?
And I feel very comfortable now, yes. I've taken it over.
And you've had an editor's hairdo, because like you were sort of, you had a scuzzball hairdo before, didn't you?
Yeah, it was because the last time I was in, Mark Lamar was in your seat there, and I was very inspired.
Were you?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You were arguing.
Not by his broadcasting, but his hair.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Hey.
Oh, get back in the knife drawer. Anyway, what are you going to be doing for us tonight? I believe you're off to Cannes, aren't you? This is one of the sort of big perks of being involved in the film business.
Yeah, it's
isn't
a good start. I'm going to Cannes this weekend, just for 2 days, because there's a party.
Usually are
there's
2
an
days
Empire
in a
party.
weekend.
Yeah. Oh, blimey.
Oh,
he's hot tonight. He's hot to touch.
It's because I've got my monogram pumps on, you see. There you go. There. Burgundy with a nice... anyway.
So I'll be putting my sort of light-based trousers on and getting down and sitting on the end of a jetty.
Right.
Looking for famous people.
And schmoozing, I believe, is the word, isn't
I'll
it?
be doing a lot of schmoozing,
A lot
yeah.
of schmoozing,
Yeah.
right, okay. I mean, have you ever been before?
No, never, no.
Have you ever been before, Lard?
Blimey,
Stupid question. But, I mean, I believe that you can make loads of dosh there, because I was hearing this story about a bloke who'd gone with an idea for a film. Not a script or anything, or not even a kind of synopsis, but he'd just gone with an idea, and he was sat down having a vol-au-vent and a can of Tizer with one of the big cheeses, and they said, yeah, we'll buy that, $100,000. You know, went home with it in a carrier bag.
Superb.
So, you know.
So I won't be back.
Well,
I may not be back.
You'll have to divvy it up.
Make the most of me.
Right.
Here's your sales pitch. These two sad gits in Manchester in a darkened room with nobody listening. That's not bad.
Hey, it's good.
It's good, that.
Good.
I'll buy that.
All right, fiver. Anyway, so I believe you've made a secret discovery from the Collins family archive.
The thing is, I was listening to Stuart McConey, my old mate, on your show last week,
and
crap,
wasn't
he was reading out those funny small lads.
Weren't inspired by his hairdo,
well, no, God, blimey, no. He's got a sort of Purdy haircut, hasn't he? I was laughing at his small lads and thinking he's not actually funny, but what he's reading out is funny. So I thought I must find something to read out.
Right, yes.
And I was searching through my cupboards, and I found my own 1973 diary, and boy, it's unputdownable. I won't read any now. We'll save it to later, but you will be finding out things like. Wednesday the 13th of June. Today, Dad let us stop up to see Mother Makes 3 on telly, starring Wendy Craig, Richard Coleman, Robin Davis, David Parfitt and Valerie Lush.
Right.
That's the entry for that. But you'll also find out that I went to a Womble disco.
Right.
Them Womble discos, they weren't much fun, but they were very tidy.
Okay, then. So, Andrew Collins' diary. And in fact, this has inspired the boy Lard to come up with something.
Yeah, and you.
Well, yes, well, me. Well, I've done some of this before, because one time when my mum was moving house, a book of my poems, toe-curlingly, brilliant poems that, you know, most people's adolescent poems are really embarrassing, aren't they?
But not yours, Mark.
But not mine.
No.
I look back on mine, and, you know, you wouldn't believe it. They're brilliant.
They're kicking.
They are. They're fantastic.
Is there an element of existential angst in there, Mark?
There is.
Yeah.
There is. I mean, I was trying to discover the meaning of life, you know, at the age of about 13. So I've got a couple of those, which I think will add poignancy to your childhood memoirs.
Absolutely.
And Boy Lard's got something as well.
Well, yeah, mine was sort of based on the young days, like yourselves, but it's also sort of a bit of a mixture of the tour diary.
Yes.
You know, like we had Douglas from what they call...
The BMX Bandits.
That's the bunny. But it all started with Henry Rollins. If you remember, he did this one. It was like, went to England, drank some tea. God, I hate tea. Stubbed a cigarette out of my cobblers. Stuff like that, wasn't it? Well, mine's sort of a bit like that, but from there, when I actually joined that band, what were they called? Barron Knights. No, it was the Fall, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Farm.
And so I've sort of done a hybrid of that. It's sort of like early days and the Fall tour diary. So that's going to be gripping, but that's factual.
Good.
Well, what a huge abandonment of disparate elements we've got in tonight's programme.
Cobblers.
Anyway, right, now then, Andrew, tell us again where you made this discovery. It's an important archive. Then presumably, like the National Lottery, will be chipping in 12 million quid for this one.
Just to stop me reading stuff out from it again. The thing is, I always used to dream of writing my own autobiography, and I'm getting fed up now. I can't be bothered. So
I bet you practiced your autograph when you were about 9, didn't you?
I used to keep lots of little tickets, thinking this will look really good on the bits in the middle of the autobiography that are sort of, you know, ephemera from my
and Bill
youth.
Wyman both.
Yeah. So I can't be bothered to write one. I'll just read the stuff out on national radio. I think that'll be just as good. I'll do it in instalments.
Right. So set the scene then.
I'll
What
set the
town?
scene.
Where were you living?
I was in Northampton. I was aged 7 at the beginning of the year, but aged 8 by the 4th of March.
Big house, posh house, rich family, poor people.
No, very much the kind of new estate that was built in the 60s in Northampton, in
Sort of
Abington Vale.
Right, and it's built on a sewage farm, and yet was somehow called Corngold Meadows.
Yes, exactly that. It was Winsford Way. All the areas from the West Country, I think. So there was Bideford Close, and lots of places all based on, Ilfracombe.
They used to do that. They like build tower blocks and think if we call it Coniston House, no one will realise it's a dump. They'll think it's beautiful.
We had never realised.
Right.
So we used to ride our bikes around the block quite a lot. Well, you find out a lot more from the details in my diary, which I will read you verbatim.
Right, well, we've picked some, and you've got some tour diary to do later on, haven't you, Lard, which is inspired. Your Days in the Fall, is it? Yeah. Barren Nights. Yeah. Right, okay, but first we'll have, I might just do one of the poems after the, I lost my pen now. Right, Andrew, I'll give you some sensitive music.
Okay, and just stop me when you're fed up.
Right, okay then.
Stop.
Oh, that is nice. Okay.
Sorry. Start again.
Start the music again.
Sorry.
I'm going to start on Wednesday.
I was going to wait about 10 seconds to do that sad joke, but you got him before me.
Sorry. You boys.
Timing.
Wednesday, the 10th of January, 1973. Today, Paul Milner brought his magic set to school, and he had me as an assistant. That's the end of that day.
It's a big day, was it?
Thursday, the 11th of January. Today, I went to Catherine Lease's party. Kathy Knights went too, and loads more. I won a game, but I've forgotten what it was.
You rattles, yeah. 3 Tizers.
Right. Sunday, the 14th of January. Today, me and my brother went to the park with Dad. We put our old kit on, and we both played Dirt Collectors.
Oh, dear.
Start 'em young.
Oh, dear. Can I go on?
This
yes,
is fantastic. Go on, one more, Andrew.
Thursday, the 25th of January. Nearly every day, my tooth bleeds. My drug hell. Nearly every day, my tooth bleeds, and today was one of those days. So it means that soon my tooth will come out. I've had 1 tooth out on its own, and I've had 5 teeth out at the dentist. That makes 6 altogether.
Brilliant.
Dude, bright even then, wasn't it?
Bright even then.
Move over, Samuel Pepys.
Okay, no, that is fantastic. Well,
Can I do one more?
Hang on a minute, right. I've stopped the music. Hang on, you'll have to wait for the music to get ready again. And I'll fill seamlessly because, it's not going to do it.
I'll tell you it anyway.
Oh,
February the 5th.
Oh, no, it's not the same without the music, Andrew.
Right.
We'll
wait
for
it.
You Phil.
It's going to be a long night.
Right. It's just the continuation of the tooth story. You need to hear the outcome, don't you?
Well, you do, really.
Monday, the 12th of February. Today, my tooth started wobbling. It will come out tomorrow because I'm taking some toffees to school for lunch. There you go. Guess what happens next?
Well worth waiting. I mean, that is a cliffhanger, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That is going to keep people tuned in for that. Well, I think the only thing I can do is read one of my adolescent poems. As I say, I found these when my mum was moving house, and they fell out of some ceramic monstrosity. And most people's adolescent poems, because we all wrote them, didn't we? Well, you didn't.
I didn't.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
I was badger baiting.
And most people, you look back and they're just embarrassing. And funnily enough, I don't know, I was a wordsmith even then, and they're just brilliant, and they really say something. And the trouble is, there's so many good ones to choose from. So I think, do you fancy 3,000 People or Misty Street?
Misty Street.
Misty Street.
A wise choice, if I may say. Right. I've got my music here. What are you laughing? I've not done anything yet. I'm not.
Stop.
What? No, right. I look down from my window to the misty street below. A tall black figure stands dominating my view. I know not where he comes from or where he goes to. Well, I wonder if I should. He smashes a glass bottle. A vapour rises quickly, spreading, covering my sight. Blacking out my bull's-eyed pain, I know not where he comes from or where he goes to. Well, I wonder if I should. What? No, stop it. There's another verse yet. You've ruined that.
I thought it was a punchline.
No. This is a good line. The window is my password to he.
Oh.
If I was outside, I would never see. I don't get that. The vapour would cover my eyes. It would be useless. I know not where he comes from or where he goes to. Wonder if I should.
Crap that one.
Superb. Who needs Will Self?
Quality item. So we'll have more diary stuff. Andrew Collins and more poems with us tonight.
Indeed.
Indeed he is.
Indeed.
And you've got your diary that you discovered from the Collins Family Archive, which is a small box buried in a park in Northampton.
Abington Park. Yes, I'm going to have my carry
if
this
not
around
found
me.
by the dirt collectors.
If anyone wasn't listening earlier on, you missed a treat.
I mean, that game, I had a sad, we saw a sad upbringing, didn't we? But playing dirt collectors.
The mind boggles.
I think we even managed to avoid plummeting to those depths.
I promise you, I cannot remember what this game, the dirt collectors,
probably
was.
just as
Dad,
well.
can we go to the park to collect some dirt? Sure, son.
I think several sessions of deep hypnotherapy will probably bring that dirt collection back. Anyway, right, so have you got some more extracts?
I've got some more. It gets better, actually, as the year hots up.
Hard to believe, but we'll give it a shot.
Okay, 1973. Saturday, the 17th of February. Today I had a horrible cold, but that wasn't the only horrible thing. I had a horrible lemsip. Right, thank you. Right, February the 24th, Saturday. Today I went to Kelvin Lay's party. I had a smashing tea. It was the best tea I've ever had.
Oh, it's a good job you put this down.
Sorry, Mum. Right, Friday the 9th of March. Today, Andrew Sharp brought some strawberry bonbons to school, and he let me have 4 or 5 of them, and they were very nice. And this afternoon, David Edwards let me have a gobstopper, and that was the first one I've ever had.
In the toilet.
Cheers.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah. March the 15th. Today, Dad let us stop up to see Top of the Pops. At the moment, Slade are number 1, singing Come On, Feel the Noise. And I must point out, this is the only time I've spelt anything right. I spelled Come On, Feel the Noise right, i.e. wrong. The last number 1 was The Sweet singing Blockbuster. Right, and we skip on now to April. April the 28th. Today I went to Nutton's house to swap top teams. I swapped Pat Jennings for Eddie Gray, and I gave one to Mark, and he gave me all his swaps. That's good, isn't it?
That is good, that, isn't it? Yeah.
Today, May the 1st. Today, when I was walking home from school, Jeremy Moss came rushing up to me, and he said he had just seen David Bogda run over by a motorcycle.
Happy ending.
And his leg is broken, and it is quite flat.
Oh, and there the music finished. Perfect.
Yeah,
Anyone could think we'd organise this.
I know.
And what should we do? Do you want to do yours, Lard, or should we have a couple of tunes and then you can do yours?
You make them wait.
I think that would be very wise. Oh, we could do if I'd got the flaming tune on.
It's all right, I'll fill. I've run out of material, working.
All the other good ones. More from Andrew Collins' diary, age date. And I've got a brilliant poem, another brilliant poem that I wrote when I was 13 that I've got to get in.
Can't wait.
But you've got something to contribute, Lard, which is a rarity, let's face it.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking back at the good old days, really, when I was, like, a bit of a slip of a lad, just left school, and I joined a punk rock band, and it's like the first day, it's a diary, it's a tour diary, and it was the first day that I went and played in a band.
Right, because not many people know you were in the Four, because you very rarely mention it,
No,
do you?
I only mentioned it twice last night.
Yes.
And somebody might have missed that.
Well, that's right.
Did you miss that, Andrew?
Yeah, I did. I thought I thought you were in the farm.
I was.
You see?
Oh, aye.
Right. Well, you never mentioned
I was
that.
dirt collecting with them.
Okay, then. So, what is this, then? Give us the kind of
I'll set the scene.
Please.
It's 1978, which was just after 1977.
Yeah.
And it's about me or something.
Right.
And they give us a tune then.
Well, I'll tell you when you're starting, and then I'll say the music.
You nod your head like that and dip the music like you do.
Well, yeah,
you
right,
do.
yeah.
So
But no,
be
you tell
professional.
me when you're starting, and I'll sensitively fade some music in for you.
Okay, now. 5th of May, 1978. 7 a.m. Got up in the morning, mopped up the mess. Big day for me. First gig with the Fall. 5 p.m. Hired a van. Picked up the gear. Drove to Fleece and Hand Shandy and unloaded gear. 8 minutes past 6 p.m. Reloaded van, went to correct venue. The band on the wall! Got a bollocking off Smithy for being 8 minutes late. Quite right too. I must do better. 9 p.m. Took support band's gear off stage and bought loads of beer for my mate Mark Smithy Smith.
Sorry, Aki.
9:10 p.m. Polished my mate Mark Smithy Smith's brogues. He's very dapper tonight and I am very proud to be in his band. 10 p.m. It's showtime! Can't find my bass guitar. Got a good kicking off the rest of the band. Quite right too. I must do better. Turns out to be a good joke by my mate Smithy. He hid me bass. How we laughed. 11 p.m. Feeling great. Over 30 people in tonight, and some of them didn't get up and walk out. 11:10. Said goodnight and thanks a lot to the rest of the band. 11:15. Loaded van and drove to Exeter for next gig. Looking forward to it very much. Could do with some sleep though. Midnight. Woke up in hospital. Lucky I was the only one hurt badly. Got a nice telegram from my bandmate Mark Smith. He said, I'd broken the wing mirror of the van and I had to pay for it. And quite right too, I must do better.
Oh, well, it brings it all back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a good old days.
Were you in
Right.
the fall?
What?
You were in the fall?
No, but who? You weren't in the fall, were you?
I was in the fall.
Right, okay. Well, I'll have some
Back
more
to
from
the
you.
diary.
Back to the diary. And I'm going to do another poem. You know, I'd psych myself up to do As the Trees Turned Red and Gold.
I know that
It's
one.
a good one, isn't it?
It's a good one.
We'll all
It's a
do
good-
that together.
It is a good one, but I've just sold that one to the Penguin Anthology of Modern Shite. And so I don't think I'll bother. I think I'll do How, which is very romantic, but we'll have Andrew first.
How?
How?
Bob.
Sorry, I've seen Fred Dinage.
How?
Right, okay.
Order.
Back to 73. I hope my wife's not listening, because this is a kind of romantic one. February the 5th. Today, Anita Barker came to watch the television. Mine is a colour telly, and Anita hasn't got one.
Oh,
There
you
you
got
see.
Flash
Hey.
get.
Hey.
Mr. Multimedia. Right, March the 9th. I'm sorry, March the 8th. Today I went to Jeremy's party, and we had a super tea. My tooth fell out. It didn't really fall out. Somebody knocked it out. Very honest. Very honest.
You were always having a super tea, weren't you, with lashings
I
of
know.
ginger beer?
Saturday the 10th. This is the last one for this section.
Thank God. Good. No.
Today, Dad and me went to town, and I spent my birthday money on a Slade poster, and it's smashing. And on Sunday, Dad hung up my pop poster, and it just fits on the cupboard door, and it looks smashing.
What a result.
Fantastic.
What a result. What a great day.
Age of innocence.
Indeed, right. Now shut up, because I'm going to do a romantic poem now. Is that the right music?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's starting now, yeah. How?
How?
Ow.
Now stop.
Sorry.
Right, okay,
Sorry,
right, all
sorry.
right, all right. You know, a joke's a joke. No, come on. Do you remember when you rang me up one night and said that you were coming over, but you never came? And the moonlight seemed to melt my window pane as I waited to see your shadow coming down the garden path.
Hiya, Mark.
If I never had known you, how simple my life would have been. I was only bleeding 13. I mean, how complicated. How could you be so heartless? I just think that you might have seen. And there's a bit of a denouement here. It's just occurred to me that it might have been that you just didn't want me, but were afraid to tell. I only wish that you'd made your feelings clear, because we'd have saved a lot of time. How was I to know? Now, it's a good
Hey.
You know, I mean, I'm a master of the last line, aren't I?
There's a lot of stuff about windows in your poetry, isn't there?
I think I'd say it's symbolic.
Flogging double glazing or something on for pocket money, were you?
I just knew you were going to say that, Lard.
Never let you down.
We've been together too long. Okay, well, thanks very much to everyone's been on the programme tonight. Thank you to the Melons. You're very welcome. And also thank you to... oh, no, I'm not doing that.
No,
I'm not
don't
starting to thank
no,
you.
don't
No,
thank you.
Thank you! That'd be cheesy, won't it? Thank you to Andrew Collins.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to the team who work on the programme. Liz, Lard, Pauline and Maggie, Uncle Tony on the knobs. But tonight, how could we finish but with more extracts from the diary of the boy Collins?
The dirt collector.
1973. Back to 73. May the 7th. Today I stopped for school dinners for the very first time, but I took sandwiches, and you sit on a special table if you have sandwiches. If there's no room, you sit on another table.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Makes sense.
May the 18th. Today, a new series of It's a Knockout was on. It was Woodstock versus Bicester. I wanted Bicester to win. They did. That's lovely, isn't it? That's pretty. Right.
the result,
August the
Archie?
23rd. My cousin Dean came for dinner. I had a Lord Toffingham lolly. So did Simon. Melissa had a lemonade sparkle, and Dean had a kinky.
Back to the dirt collectors.
August the 24th, the day after. As we had nothing to do, Mum said we could buy an ice cream. We both had a lovely cherry brandy. And in the evening, I had a nosebleed for quite a long time. Sorry, that was just too good. Right, okay, the last one. I think it's the last one anyway. It's the climax. We're in October now, October the 18th. We played soccer at school. We lost 8-4. And Paul Cockle bought a pig's ear, a pig's windpipe, 2 pig's eyes, and a piece of a pig's skin. I had a haircut over the road at Carol's. There you go.
I think that
Paul is now in Broadmoor.
If Paul Cockle's listening, send us a line, Paul.
And other publication rights available for that, Andrew. Would you
Touching from a distance, Andrew Collins.
Right.
From a distance.
Dirt collecting from a distance.
That's right.
I think it's time we knocked off, isn't it, really?
I think so.
Mark Radcliffe, missing you already.